What is up, Flick fans? Welcome back to my channel. I just reacted to this trailer. That is in the pinned comment down below. But right now, we're going to be going shot by shot through this trailer, seeing if we can see anything that maybe we didn't see the first couple of times. There are a handful of moments that I want to talk about specifically. If you like these types of videos, a little bit different for me, be sure to drop that thumbs up and come back. We have more trailer talk and my review for The Northman later this week, but we're going to get into this right now, and let's start with that opening shot. And my goodness, this incredible montage, this sequence of Thor slowly growing older and turning into the Thor that we know and love, sort of, that looks more like the Thor from the Dark World, but I guess that's the one from now. And of course, that classic Taika Waititi shot of Thor in front of fire. We got it at the beginning of Ragnarok. We're getting it once again here. Thor looking as epic as ever, and I love the addition of fur to his outfit. Makes him look established and more BA than he already looks. But I like this shot right here. And, of course, the voiceover right over top of it, it's essentially, I'm going to chill out for a bit. No more of this superhero nonsense. No more of this superhero business. I'm going to bury my hammer, a.k.a. Stormbreaker, not Mjolnir. We see Mjolnir a little bit later. And kind of do what Thanos did. Also said in my trailer reaction, this is a very Lion King looking shot. It almost looks and feels like the Tree of Life. And getting a little, a tiny sequence of, is that Thor? Yes, it is Thor. Of Thor. It reminds me of that meme, I sleep, I wake. Or, I sleep, I wake. Here's what I needed in my life. A Thor training montage. Getting back into shape. We see right there. Who is that? It looks like, I may be wrong, but that sure looks like Surtur to me. It looks like the giant godlike beast that took down Asgard in the previous film. Then again, it's like if you look at that picture, the size comparison, it could be all about perspective here. I'm going more so off of the facial structure. If you look at the jawline super thin, the eyes a lot bigger, that looks like Surtur, and they change characters' sizes all the time. So I'm not going to bank on the fact that it's him, but it is something that I'm noticing, and the chains, I'm like, okay, that could be him, but it could absolutely be a different character. Maybe I'm basing it off of facial structure too much because he looks a lot bigger in Thor Ragnarok. Let's continue to move on here and see what else this trailer has to offer us. Thor, of course, revealing himself. This may just be a reveal to the Guardians saying, hey, I've been working out, guys. Look at me once again. I am yoked. And you know, you have a nice little eye roll here from Chris Pratt's Star-Lord. And even though it feels like this is the same sequence, we can see Thor is actually wearing two different outfits here. Also, something to notice, not only do we have Nebula on the left, but look at who is there on the right. That is Sean Gunn as Kraglin, wearing Yondu's headpiece. It makes me sad just to say that out loud. Rest in peace, Yondu. But it's nice to see Kraglin back. I don't even know if he made an appearance in Avengers Endgame, so it's cool to see him a part of the team once again. But like I said, two separate shots, Thor in one costume here, Thor in another costume here, and we move into the next scene where Thor, it just doesn't feel like he wants to be a superhero anymore, which is why he's saying, I don't want to be a superhero anymore. That's obvious. Also, can we take a moment to appreciate Korg's paints? Hey, man. You like my new paints? That's not good. Here we have a shot of what looks like New Asgard. We see Valkyrie. Actually, you know what? We can see Valkyrie, I believe, in this shot. If we focus right on this left side of the screen, Valkyrie and Korg himself. I'm not entirely sure what planet this is, but it looks freaking awesome. And Thor, no longer being a superhero, it looks like he's a space pirate. Is Thor a space pirate in this movie? Here is a sweet look at Thor's brand new, extremely colorful, very Taika Waititi-like costume, holding Stormbreaker, some sort of energy coming out of it, going into it. Let's see if we play it here. It looks like it may be coming out of it, but we immediately transition into a very different type of world, going from Norse mythology to Greek mythology. That is Zeus holding a lightning bolt. This is Zeus, played by Russell Crowe. So I guess if we put the pieces together, this location going backwards, kind of looks like this location. So this could very well be where Zeus is located at. Extremely cool to see Russell Crowe there. What is he going to do? What is his role? Thor gets punched. Is he fighting or high-fiving Korg here? It looks like he's high-fiving Korg. He looks excited. Here's a shot that everybody is talking about on Twitter. Oh my God. First of all, I'm not entirely sure what this beast, what this creature is, but if we take a look at this comic book comparison, this is right out of the comics. The only difference is Korg is standing there with Thor. And we're talking like down to the blood splatter on this creature's face. It is a pure comic book comparison. That was one of my favorite things from Thor Ragnarok is Taika Waititi took all of these little details and just spewed them onto the screen, and it looks like he's doing the exact same thing here. So it looks like Korg and Thor could be going on an adventure, just these two characters. A nice look at Thor and his beard. Once again, going back to New Asgard, we see, we see some things going on Earth, and then we get a shot of Valkyrie herself, and there's, look at it, look at the right, it's Meek. Hey, there's Meek. Are those eggs? This shot is fascinating as well because once again, we get another look at Zeus. And yes, I can confirm after seeing this shot that the shot we saw earlier is indeed where Zeus lives, holding the lightning bolt. But if we look down here in the middle, we see Thor, we see Korg, possibly Valkyrie, probably not. It may just be someone escorting these guys to Zeus. But if we look there in the middle, that is our first look at Natalie Portman as Thor, not the shot that we get a little bit later. So Jane Foster, Thor, and Korg are traveling to see Zeus. What is the motivation there? Are they going to discuss Gore the God Butcher? Maybe the God Butcher went after Zeus at one point. Very fascinating to see that Natalie Portman's character is here as well. As we move forward, we get a great little conversation between Star-Lord and Thor. He's getting really sentimental, saying he's looking into the eyes of the people that he loves, and we slowly get Thor moving over in front of his shoulder here. A nice moment between Star-Lord and his team, but then Thor, of course, has to come in and make a joke out of it, which I enjoy. But here's the shot of note. Here's the shot that everyone's talking about. Yeah. And making all of the sense in the world, a repaired Mjolnir. So this is not the Mjolnir that we got in Avengers Endgame that they go back in time and steal. We see the cracks. It has been broken. So all of those events did take place in Thor Ragnarok. Somehow it's been repaired. Was it repaired just to be given to Jane Foster, or was it repaired for another purpose? And it just so happens that she now has Mjolnir in her possession. I find this to be 100% the most fascinating part of the trailer because it just feels like there's something more behind her story, even more than what we get in the comics. I'm also really curious, if we go back a little bit earlier in the trailer, we see Thor with the fur walking through all of the fire, so it may even be earlier on in the movie before he gets his new costume, but he sees and looks a little shocked that Jane Foster is there. So is she there because of him, or is she there for a different reason? Or this could be a fallout from Doctor Strange. Is she Thor in another universe? That's the question. Because I've been seeing on Twitter, actually just a few days ago, people were talking about how the Doctor Strange fallout could lead right into Thor Love and Thunder. So is this a Thor from another universe, or is this our version of Jane Foster? And it follows the comics. She has to have Mjolnir and the powers of Thor to survive. Which route are they going? Because Jane Foster looks jacked here. So maybe she gets the powers of Thor, and that's what leads us to this spot, but it's so fascinating to see Thor's face looking just as shocked as we look when we see her version of Thor. So I think that's the question I'm going to leave you all with. Is this the Jane Foster from our universe and she has the powers of Thor? Or is this the Thor from another dimension, and that being the fallout from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? What is Zeus's role? We didn't even get a shot of Gore, the God Butcher. Hey, if you're here, Like I said, if you enjoyed this video, if you want more trailer breakdowns, be sure to drop that thumbs up down below. I appreciate it. I had a great time doing this trailer reaction, doing this video, and you guys are the best. I'll be seeing you very soon. My review for The Northman goes up tomorrow.